Rinse takes your laundry and hand-delivers it to your door, expertly cleaned and folded. So you could take the time once spent folding and sorting and waiting to finally pursue a whole new version of you. Like Tea Time You. Or this Tea Time You. Or even this Tea Time You.
So did you hear about Dave?
Or even Tea Time You.
So update on Dave.
It's up to you. We'll take the laundry. Rinse. It's time to be great.
And something just told me, like, you got training tomorrow. You don't need to do this. Just focus on the training. And, you know, that night, one of my best friends, one of my good mates, ended up passing away. He got in a fight with a bunch of my other friends and some other kids that were at the party, and he ended up getting hit and smacked his head on the ground and passed away. And, you know, something bigger than me was happening at that moment. You know, something told me, like, don't go.
Sharp French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined success.
What if you grew up in the Down Under in Australia and you were a great athlete? What are you gonna play? You're probably gonna play rugby, right? But what if one man, 6'4", massive monster, learns how to play American football, doing something that nobody else in Australia is doing, and then to find themselves walking on campus at Georgia Tech, getting a scholarship on the spot, having an illustrious career in the NCAA football, getting drafted by the Denver Broncos, and ending up in Jacksonville, Florida, becoming a Jacksonville Jaguar. Duval, baby, come check this one out.
This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined success.
What's up, everybody? We're back live at Lynch's Irish Pub in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I have with me today the defensive end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Adam Gotsis. What's up, buddy?
How you doing? Pleasure to be here.
Dude, it's great to actually meet you in person.
Yeah.
We had an amazing phone conversation, earlier this week, and I'm like, wait, no. We got to stop talking, because this could have been the podcast. So, I'm just so jacked you're here, man.
I appreciate you having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So, Australian football player, you didn't get the assignment, did you? There's not too many Australians playing in an NFL, are there?
There's a few now. Majority punters. I think there's only about 2 or 3 of us that are outside of that are playing.
Okay.
So, we're slowly getting a couple guys over. But yeah, it's a journey. It's tough. It's tough to get over here from
Wasn't there like an LSU kicker, a punter, like was it Brad Wingo?
Yeah,
He was
Brad
Australian.
Wing. Yeah. I think that there's about 3 or 4 that are currently on teams, punters that are on rosters. I think there's 2 or 3 O linemen. But I think I'm the only defensive lineman. There might be one other young guy that just came in through the International Pathways program.
Wow, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
So what was that like, right? Because, growing up in Australia, living a different path, right? Walk us through that journey of getting, to America to go play at Georgia Tech and then, into the NFL. It's like I said, dude, and jokingly, it's not something that really happens over there. So
literally, I was probably about 15 years old. I was playing Aussie rules football and rugby back home in Australia, and I was looking at trying to go to the next level in those sports, but those sports were kind of moving away from how I was built. They were a bit more athletic, had to be more faster, more endurance, and I was a big guy, explosive, things like that. So my mom literally found a flyer for American football, and I ended up going down there, and it was under 14s to under 19s was one division, and I went down there and I was too scared to get out of the car the first time I went down there, and my brother was with me, and he was like turning 19, so he's like, I'll come down there and with you. And so me and him played a year together, and after that I really just fell in love with American football. I'd played like the video game and
Wow.
Watched,
Which video game? Tecmo Bowl?
It was Madden. I think
Madden.
It was Madden like 04, 05.
I just dated
And-
myself talking about Nintendo Tecmo Bowl.
But it was that, and then literally I just fell in love with the game, and as I started playing more opportunities started coming up with football in Australia. So I ended up making the state team for our league, and then I ended up representing Australia for our Australian American football team.
Wow.
And through that, I met a few coaches that had played at the next level. I had a coach who played at Hawaii, who was an Australian back in the 90s, and he was back in Australia coaching. And another coach who he was a head coach of NFL Europe.
Okay.
Before that league folded, and he now lived in Australia and was helping out in the local competition. So I met those guys, and they kind of helped me with my pathway and connections to get to Georgia Tech. Initially, it was a Georgia Tech coach reaching out looking for a punter, and my coach was like, "Don't have a punter, but I got this big guy that can run and tackle and do all
hit
this
people
stuff."
really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing I knew, I was invited out to go on a recruiting trip, and I went out there, and they took a look at me and just said, we'll give you a scholarship. We'll offer you a scholarship.
Yeah. And so it's funny because when you say that, right, it's almost like, if someone was listening or watching this show and didn't know your story, it was like, okay, so he got recruited, he showed up, and they just gave him a scholarship. But walk us through behind the scenes of the preparation for that, because, dude, you made some sacrifices, man.
Yeah.
And you showed determination through, resisting going out at night, your nutrition, and man, you told me you drinking a gallon of milk a day at 15?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was probably, I was 15, 16 years old, and I had these two coaches saying, you should probably think about college, man, just as an option, like a chance to get a full ride to a school, get a degree. And that really was the thing that sold me was, hey, if I can make it to this next level. I wasn't even thinking NFL at this point. I was just thinking, what an opportunity to go play a sport, get a 4-year degree from a great school, and whatever happens, happens. And this is at 16 years old, but I also understood that it's a journey to get there. It's not just going to happen,
Right.
So at that point, I was training, 2-3 times a week with these coaches on top of my own stuff, learning how to lift, get bigger, get stronger. And then, as you said, the nutrition, the sacrifices, all that stuff, I started working out in my mind that I'm trying to do something that not a lot of people in Australia have done before. And I don't think anyone has done what I've done, which was start at the grassroots level in Australia and go through grassroots Australian, American football, get a college scholarship, go through college, and then make it to the pros. A lot of the other Aussies that we've talked about, they were professionals in Australia playing either rugby or Aussie rules, and then just got recruited straight to the NFL. So my journey is a little bit different, that I kind of went through that grassroots football at the local club level. And it's just been, it was a ton of sacrifice. Like you said, it was sacrificing nights out with my mates, family, them sacrificing their time, putting in to me, chasing this dream that what's the chance of this kid from Australia making it to a college and doing all this? But I had such a supportive family. They've supported me through everything. They're still here supporting me today.
That's amazing.
And,
it's amazing because you mentioned something, and we had a previous conversation about this, but I think it's prudent to talk about it again, the nights out, right? At one night, you told me at one point you were starting to get ready to go out. You said, all right, screw it, I'm going to go out with my buddies.
Yeah.
And walk us through that night, man. What happened?
Yeah. I just finished playing basketball that night for my team, and I was meant to meet up with a bunch of guys halfway to a party. I think it was Halloween around there. And I was getting dressed, and something told me forget it, man. I was meant to they were leaving one of my mates' houses to go there. I was going to meet them halfway and kind of go. And something just told me you got training tomorrow. You don't need to do this. Just focus on the training. And, that night, one of my best friends, one of my good mates, ended up passing away. He got in a fight with a bunch of my other friends and some other kids that were at the party, and he ended up getting hit and smacked his head on the ground and passed away. And, something bigger than me was happening at that moment. Something told me don't go.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
So, you're about to make a trade based on a friend's text. But which you do you listen to? Is it, "Oh, we could buy a house in Tulum"? Get optioning those options. We could lose everything. Or, let's do a little research. Get your head in the trade and make the investment decision that's right for you. Learn more at finra.org/trade-smart.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
And it's something that's always just been with me because, me being a bigger guy, I know if I was there and there was a fight, I could have been someone that hit someone.
Yeah.
I could have been the guy that got hit by someone else because I was a big guy.
Yeah.
And that was just a big life lesson for me. And, I kind of carried that through even when I was at college. I always knew at college, hey, be smart about where you're at, what you're around, because if I'm a big guy in a bar, my mate who's 5 foot he's the guy that's going to start the fight.
Yeah, you're going to be tested.
They're going to jump me first.
Exactly.
And even when I'm walking through bars, guys would bump me and do things like that. But I've always told myself, like, I've got something bigger I'm working for. I've got something, just walk away. It's not even worth it. Yeah. Drop the ego, drop the pride. It's not worth it, Just keep it moving. So, that was a big life lesson and a big turning point in my life, because at 16 to lose a mate like that, it really just put into focus, like, the sacrifices, a lot of my friends were still doing a lot of that stuff. And to me, it was like, damn, like, I see where I need to go.
Right,
and
exactly.
That's not helping me get to where I want to be. So
but
I don't want to end up in that.
Right, but that's also hard for a young man, because you want to live. People are saying, dude, live your life, man. Live your life. And I think that what people don't understand about high performers, they have an extreme amount of discipline and determination and resiliency. Yeah. And that also comes into play when it's decision-making time. Yeah. And the outcome, or that end goal, like that peak of the mountain, is so important. And we can see it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We can see it. Nobody else can. And did you ever have a hard time, like, feeling like you had to explain it to people?
I did. I felt like, I'd always have my mates getting on me, like, oh, come on, it's just one night, come on out. Or, there'd be certain things that I'd want to go to, but I just understood. And I've always just been someone who's always been about the team. Always been about, hey, if I'm part of a team, I'm giving my everything to that team. I'm not showing up hungover. I'm not showing up out of shape. Yeah. It means too much to me for my team. Yeah. So that was always one big thing. And as you said, the discipline to be able to say no, the ability to do that at such a young age. I don't know if it just came from my parents and how driven they were with their stuff, but it was just always in my mind that doing some of that stuff just isn't going to help me get to where I was. So it's just been a journey. That young age doing all that, but I was playing basketball, playing Aussie rules, playing American football, and I was committed to all these teams. And I was like, if I'm committed, my team depends on me showing up at my best. Absolutely. And if I'm not going to give them my best, there's no point in me even being there. So I understood that at a young age, and it's still with me today. It's still with me right now, I'm out there training every day now, getting ready for this season. So
you excited for the season, man?
Yeah, I can't wait. Just to be out there, man. I felt like we left a lot on the table last year. We're in a great position to go have a great year, and we just didn't finish right. I don't know if it was guys just got complacent, guys were trying to do too much, but I just feel like we just didn't finish with the same passion we started with. And for me, that's disappointing. You put too much work in the off seasons, you put too much blood, sweat and tears, time away from the family. You're spending money on your body, on nutrition, on recovery. again, I'm still sacrificing going out with my friends. I'm sacrificing not going on holidays, not doing any of that stuff because I want to win a championship. That's what I want to do. And, you know, it's all off season. I've just been grinding, trying to get it. So
Dude, it's funny because I want to talk about that at your level.
Yeah.
Are there still guys that take that for granted?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But they don't know better. You know, a lot of guys get here and they think I've reached the pinnacle. I'm in the NFL. But you're just going to be another guy in the NFL for a year and then you're gone.
Yeah.
You know, so once you get here, it's what's going to keep you here. Where's that motivation come from? Because every year, what is it? 250 guys get drafted. 250 guys are leaving.
Dude, that's crazy.
How are you going to be one of those guys that's not leaving?
Yeah.
You know? And that's the fire that I have because I know as a veteran guy now, the young guys coming up, shoot, they're probably faster, you know.
Yeah, they're younger.
More athletic, all this stuff.
Exactly.
But I just have to be focused on what I'm doing. And I know, hey, if these young guys are chasing me, I need to elevate myself so they can't catch me. And yeah, it's just constant work.
You know, it's funny, you brought up the word motivation, right? And it's so funny because I think it's, a lot of people have it twisted.
Yeah.
They think that you wake up every morning and you're excited, like, all right, gonna go work out today. I'm gonna go train. It's not ever like that, you know? And so on those days where you're sitting there, you wake up and you're like, my body hurts. Just wanna hang out with my beautiful girlfriend, Alex. I don't wanna do much. How do you talk yourself through those moments? Because I think people listening that are struggling in their own careers, in their own lives, would love to hear that from someone like you.
Yeah, I think you definitely got to have a plan. It's tough to do without a plan. If you wake up in the morning and you're just trying to figure out your day as soon as you wake up,
oh God,
it's probably not going to work out how you want.
Yeah.
If you know before you go to bed, hey, I've set this up where if I'm up at 6 a.m., I'm eating breakfast, I'm doing that, by 6:30 I'm here, by 7 o'clock I'm here, I'm on my next thing, you're knocking out, boom, you're ticking boxes as soon as you wake up. If you go into it with no plan, you don't even know, am I eating breakfast today? Am I not? Am I just going to
Or
wake
if I
up
am
and
eating,
get in
what
the
am I
car?
eating?
Yeah,
Right,
so if there's no plan, it makes it really hard. But for me, you know, I know as soon as I get out of bed, as soon as those feet touch the ground, it's game day.
Oh, I love
you
it,
know?
dude.
As soon as your feet touch the ground, it's, hey, you might go take a pee.
Yeah.
Check yourself in the mirror real quick, and then it's go time.
It's go time.
You know, those little moments where you just have to check in with yourself. Why are you doing this? Especially those tough days, body's hurting. But you know, as soon as you get going, the pain goes away. You're starting to tick those boxes. You're starting to feel better about yourself because you're knocking things off your list.
Right.
Hey, did I get my workout in today? Already done. Have I eaten this morning? Already done. My body's feeling 10 times better than when I woke up.
Well, because you're training yourself to do the hard thing, right? And the more evidence you have of doing the hard thing from minute one when you wake up, it's like we're stacking W's.
Yeah.
We're stacking wins, right? And then that breeds the confidence. And once you do that enough, now the motivation comes because you're already starting to see the results, right? But I think that it brings another point is like too many people do it as a quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Like, well, if I wake up today and I go to the gym today and Monday through Friday, am I going to see a difference?
Yeah.
Am I going to see that improvement in that skill?
Yeah.
And we've got to fight against that instant gratification.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, man?
For me, I tell myself, if you want to see change, it takes 3 to 4 months.
Love it.
It's not going to happen overnight. You know, if you want to change something, you start doing it 1 week, 2 weeks, you might see a inkling of a result. And some people see that and then they say, oh, now I can take the foot off the gas. You know, the other people say, oh, I see that little result. Let me
go harder.
Invest even more.
Exactly.
Let me start finding those extra hours. You know, not just doing the Monday to Friday, but now I'm doing Monday to Friday, finding an afternoon on a Monday, finding an afternoon on a Wednesday, finding an afternoon on a Friday.
Yeah.
Finding extra time to get the body work in. And I mean, even things like that, like we talked about the guys earlier, dude, there's so many young guys that come into the league that I just have to, they don't even get massages, don't even think about recovery, none of that stuff. You know, they're in the building, out of the building, back on the video games, doing whatever. And for me, it's just like, I feel like my purpose now and what I do is helping those young guys, is educating them. Hey, if you want to have a long career, forget all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Forget it all.
Yeah.
That shit's going to be there when you're done.
Yeah.
Video games aren't going anywhere. Nuts out.
They're
not
just
going
going to get
anywhere.
cooler
That
than
shit's
right now.
all going to be there.
Yeah.
This window of opportunity, it's shrinking. The moment you get in there, it's shrinking. you got to make it get bigger.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
recovery is so important, man. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are on a collision course
Yeah.
out there on the gridiron. Like, you have to do your recovery.
Yeah.
You have to do recovery.
Yeah, especially my position. I think we're the only position where every play you're getting your hand, someone's putting their hands on you, and you're putting your hands on someone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, O-linemen, they're going to have a down where they're not touching a player.
Yeah.
You know, they might just be kicking back, no one's rushing them. A receiver might not get touched, a running back might just be running out, quarterback.
Not you.
But not us, interior D linemen, we're getting 2 hands on us, 4 hands on us. So we have to have a different mentality, a different type of beast inside us. And I think that's what makes us so important to the team. You know, I think everything starts up front, starts with us up front. The better we play, the tougher we are, the more hungry we are. Everyone feeds off that because they understand how important our job is, what we go through, what our bodies are going through.
Yeah.
And so.
Dude, what's your body feel like the next day after a sun out?
Like you've been through a car accident.
What's a Monday feel like, bro?
Pretty brutal. Yeah, pretty much like you've been through a car accident.
Oh, shit.
You know, Alex
Let's do it again. Let's do it 16 times.
Yeah, Alex will probably attest. You know, there's some days I come home after the game and I'm like, I can't even walk. Like ankles are swollen.
Oh my gosh.
Wrists and everything's beat up. But it's about start the recovery. You know, Monday we're back in the facility. Body work, nutrition.
Yeah.
Tuesday body work, nutrition. Wednesday, Thursday back in the all week long. Just getting ready for the next car accident, you know. But yeah,
and some might come on Thursdays now.
Yeah.
Right, gosh.
But no, literally, it's a war. It's a war in nutrition. You know, you if you're not taking this time to prepare your body for what you're going to go through, you know, now it's 17 weeks, potentially 18, including preseason, including a training camp. You know, that's 3-4 months that you got to tell yourself nothing else matters. Nothing.
Yeah.
What happens to your body? Nothing. If you want to get to where you want to get to, you might have to give up a finger, give up an ankle, give up a knee.
Ronnie Lott did.
It's part of it.
Ronnie Lott gave up a finger, didn't he?
Yeah. You got to understand that, hey, what I'm going through right now, it's going to hurt for a little, but that feeling of holding that trophy, it's going to feel better than any of that pain you went through. So
I hope you hold that trophy soon, buddy. I truly do.
Before
we go, I want to ask you one more question. What does determination mean to you?
Determination to me, it means everything. It's I wake up in the morning, it's my thoughts, it's my feelings, it's everything I put into it. When I think of determination, it's what makes you go, you know, and it's been multiple things over the years. I think early on, it's just wanting to do my family proud, wanting to represent my country, being over here doing this stuff, wanting to be my best version of myself and give everything I have and understand that, hey, all my friends that sacrificed, you know, hanging out with me, all my parents, their financial sacrifices, everything that they've done to get me into positions, that was all part of it to get me where I am. And now it's like I've got 2 young kids, I've got a family I need to provide for, I've still got a family that loves and cares for me. I've got a ton of people back home that support me. So determination to me, I think about all those things and I think about how much those people mean to me and how much me doing what I'm doing and during the season sacrificing time with them, love with them, all those things with them. I just put that back into my work. I put that into my training. When I'm training, I'm having a rough day or I don't feel like doing it, I just think, man, like, what would my kids think of me if I was to quit today? Or say, today I don't have enough to do those extra reps or that extra sprint.
Right.
Or go chase that guy down. And I don't ever want to feel like that, you know, feel like I'm a bad example of pushing through something that it's just hurt, you know, like it's just your body, you know. If you can train yourself mentally to get tough enough where pain is just something that you just know comes with it and it's just part of it. So for me, it's just always been like, and now like determination is like holding that trophy, you know, it's printing off a picture of myself holding that trophy and putting it into fruition that this is going to happen, making it a reality.
I love it.
So it's just finding that little bit of something every day that you can grab onto and say, this is for that person. I'm doing this for that person. I'm doing that for that. And then eventually coming back and saying, I'm doing this for myself, you know, doing this for all the work you've put in. You know, I look back and I think about all the work I've put in, and for me to stop now I'd be letting down that version of myself that was sacrificing to be in this position. You know, the guy from yesterday, he sacrificed yesterday for me to be here today. So what's this guy today going to do for tomorrow? And what's that guy going to do for the next day? And then you just stack days, and before you know it, you're where you want to be. And where you want to be, you're already looking to the next place you want to be. You know, so
there's always another finish line.
Yeah, there's no finish line. The finish line is
it moves
shit when I'm 6 feet in the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Then we're done.
Yeah,
dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate
One
you,
hell of a conversation,
Yeah,
brother.
definitely.
Go get that trophy, dog. So I've tried a lot of protein. You know, what I've always found is all the flavors, you can taste artificial flavoring in them. With raw, it's exactly that. I don't taste that. It's a clean protein source. Tastes great, and I'm not putting a lot of things in my body that aren't good for you. The biggest thing that I will say that I love about raw nutrition and Bum Energy is they're all natural ingredients and they're third-party tested. So what that means is an actual lab test is to make sure what's in the product is actually what is stated on the label. And then you'll see on the website of Raw Nutrition that it is signed off on. So there's no banned substances in these products. Athletes can use them safely and not get tested and popped for a failed drug test for performance enhancing, ingredients. It's completely safe, guilt-free, baby. George Garcia, my man, hey, thanks so much. Dude, you're a local guy from Jacksonville Beach, the beaches. This is a community. How does it feel for you to create something and grow something that can help this community out and for you to just see it get better, man?
You know, First Beaches Insurance is so important to me, but more important to me is the beaches community. My family's been in this area for over 100 years. It's who we are. We care about the people, we care about the businesses. We just love seeing this place prosper.
That's amazing, dude. And just thank you so much for being here today, supporting this event, 10-year anniversary of Adaptive and helping the Determined Society. You know, just in everything that we're doing here, you're truly outwardly focused. And I had no idea your family's been here for over 100 years. That's a legacy, man. Talk to me about that because that's big.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. People always say, "How are you, Garcia?" It was just a guy that came over on a boat in Cuba in 1875, and we ended up in Jacksonville, Florida, and been at the beach ever since. Okay. It's just a place we love.
This is beautiful. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm a big fan. I'm so happy to meet you. I love what you do with the Trevor Lawrence wig.
Yeah.
You really dive into the creative part of this whole business and the outreach to the community. I just think it's great to see, and I wish more people were doing that. How'd you come up with that?
So the wig idea was actually, it was a gift for my son who was 4 years old, but he wouldn't wear it, and so I started wearing it. And I mean, I'm Duval till I die, for sure. We're Jaguars all the way. So the wig, everyone loves it. Everyone loves Trevor, you know, so that's just something we do to try to keep it light. It's just insurance, you know?
Right. Well, you got to liven it up a little bit, right?
That's right.
And, you know, Trevor, you guys locked him down for some more. He's staying. That's a big deal. Big deal for the community.
Big for my content, too.
Absolutely.
You know?
Dude, what if you had to get like a short wig?
I know. We can't do that again.
Your whole brand would be off.
Exactly. So we got him locked in for 7 years. That's 7 more years of content. We're ready to go.
Beautiful, man. Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you, George. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sean.
FBI, First Beaches Insurance, right here in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Peace.
See ya.
Sharp French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put it in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined to
Next up is a little song from CarMax about selling a car your way.
You wanna sell those wheels, you wanna get a CarMax instant offer.
So fast.
Wanna take a sec to think about it.
Or like a month.
Wanna keep tabs on that instant offer.
With Offer Watch.
Wanna have CarMax pick it up from your driveway. Get it done today. You wanna do
So, wanna drive? CarMax. Pickup not available everywhere. Restrictions and fee may apply.